Hello and welcome to Community with me, Melissa Sandfield. Today is March 11th, 2015, of course. And aren't we celebrating this daylight savings time? I love this time of year. Like, I absolutely love it. I have so much energy and I feel so happy when this time of year comes because we have so much more time to do things in the daytime. At least it seems like we have a lot of more hours of daylight and I love it. So what are you doing with your daylight savings time? That extra hour or two that you have before the sun goes down. Crime rates, it's proven that crime rates go down during this time of the year, and people do more family outings with their families, so with their loved ones and friends. It's a nice time to get together, and we get some warm weather. I just came back from New York this morning at 1 a.m. and I had a great time. Cadence and I went, and it was snowing when we got there, and it was raining when we left. So we had a great time. I went to the Los Angeles, I'm in LA now. I went to the New York Ronald McDonald House and I got a tour by Kevin. He's the volunteer coordinator or director of all of the volunteers. They have 300 of them in New York at that Ronald McDonald House. I keep wanting to say LA. But speaking of the Los Angeles Ronald McDonald House, April 12th is the big walk for kids. So I've signed up. You can go to my webpage that I've set up there and donate anything from $5 up to $100 or $1,000. Whatever you like to do would be most helpful, as the Los Angeles Ronald McDonald House never turns any child away or any family away when their child is suffering from a life-threatening illness and they're staying at our area hospitals. So we always want to look out for the Los Angeles Ronald McDonald House and the other 357 houses around the world. It's a wonderful thing. So when you're at McDonald's, leave your change in the box. And it's going to a great place. It's $25 a night here in LA. In New York, it's $35 a night. But it's a great cause, and it makes the families very comfortable while their child might be undergoing like amputations or cancer, leukemia, anything like that. Retina transplants. I mean, I hear so many things that these families go through. So we want to make sure we support them. And it's a great way to do that through donating to the house. My website is, it's under walkforkids.org/Los Angeles. And that's a website where you can find me, Melissa Sandfield, and you'll be able to donate to that page, and it goes directly to the house. Our goal this year is $2.5 million for the walk, and every year we make it. So I know we're going to make it again this year with the help of others who care about this great charity. The other thing I wanted to talk about today was the LA races. You can go to laraces.com and you'll find all the races. There are thousands of races everywhere. So if you live in Houston, you can say HoustonRaces.com. If you live in New Orleans, NewOrleansRaces.com. Any city, just put that city in and then say races.com. You can find the 5Ks, 10Ks, Kitty Ks, and they all support local charities. So it might be the March of Dimes walk in your area, or Alzheimer's. It may be anything about maybe autism, something like that. So those are great ways to give back to your community as well. We want to talk about St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and March 17th is a great day to celebrate the Irish and to celebrate their great day, and the green, all the green. You see everyone wearing green, and I remember not being pinched when I was younger because I always wore green. I always participated with that great holiday that we share with the Irish. So you're going to go get some corned beef and hash, or corned beef and cabbage at any Irish pub. Look them up and let's support them and celebrate with them. That'd be great to celebrate with the Irish matey. Well, that might not be right, but okay. I think we're going to take a quick break. I want to talk about Red Tricycle. Red Tricycle's everywhere in America. So just Google Red Tricycle and it's going to give you the local listings for great things that are free or low cost to do with your children. That's always something to look forward to. You can find things like here we have things at the Grove on Thursdays at 1 o'clock. You can find coloring or things at American Girl. Those are free or low cost, where they read books to the girls and they get to come in, play with the dolls and do dress up and things like that. It's It's a great website. I like Red Tricycle. So check out those websites, LA Races, Los Angeles Ronald McDonald House, or the one that's nearest to you. Like I said, there are 358 around the world. You can find one, and they live off of volunteerism. 80% of the houses live off of volunteerism. So let's get in there and help out. Do what you can in your community, in whatever corner of the world you're in. Get out there and help. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to be back with some guests.
Everyone. Everyone. Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best-tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering with free shipping, please visit hiphopbev.com. Remember, Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, suitable for diabetics, great for everyone.
Okay, and we are back. We have Pauline today interviewing, not interviewing, she's engineering today, so we want to shout out. I said, girl power when I came in. We miss you, Rock, but I like to have some femininity up in here sometimes, and that's a good thing. So we're happy that Pauline's here engineering and giving us a twist on everything. So my guests have arrived. It's all about karate and the knowledge that you gain in life through this beautiful art. And we have some people here that have incorporated that art into their life. And it will make their life much stronger and much longer, I'm sure, through the great exercise that it helps with our bodies. So without further ado, I am going to introduce. He says he's not a doctor anymore. He said he's Sijo. So he's going to explain to us what he did to get promoted. I want to hear all about that. Sijo James R. Culpepper.
How you doing?
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And can you introduce the two beautiful ladies that you brought with you today?
Yes, this is one of my teachers, and her name is Shihan Zehilda Anderson.
Oh, cool.
And the young lady that's sitting on the other side, she's also a grandmaster. She
Wow.
is Michelle Manu, and she has like the Hawaiian style. And Shihan is a snookus, which is very different.
Really?
Yes, so you're going to enjoy both of these ladies because they're real warriors, but they're also so humble.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I tried to get them here so they can get out and expose themselves out to the public. So they'll know, they give you their schools, where they teach, and what they do.
Yes. We want to hear all about that. Let's start with you, Miss Anderson.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me all about your background and how you got into karate, right?
Well, actually, I was born into Sanrikusru Jiu-Jitsu, which is another type of martial art, but at the end of the day, all the arts come from one family. But the branch of that tree of what I do is Sanrikusru Jiu-Jitsu, from the creator of Dr. Moses Powell, and my father, who was a first-generation student, who was my teacher, Grandmaster Irvin Muhammad, and now I am the owner and the head instructor over in Long Beach, California, Sanrikusru Jiu-Jitsu at the Urban School of Self-Defense.
Oh, cool. Okay, so give us that information before we go any further, the address and everything.
Yes, the address is 120 West 7th Street, Long Beach, California, 90814. And the phone number is 562-225-6689 or 888-3478.
Okay. Let's go over to the other side.
The dark side.
The dark side. She's on the dark side. Give us your name and a little bit of background and where you teach right now, and then we're going to just keep the conversation going.
Okay, no problem. My name is Michelle Manu, and my title is Kumu, and that means teacher in Hawaiian. So Kumu Lua. Lua is the hard contact style martial arts from Hawaii. And back in the day, the Lua was banned by the missionaries when they came and invaded the islands. It then went underground into hula. So a lot of the hula dancing that you see the hula dancers do these days are actually concealing fighting techniques. They then banned the hula too, and then the tourists started coming. So there's a whole migration of the way the Lua came out. It was considered kapu, which means forbidden. And to this day, my Alohe, my grandmaster, has received many death threats from his own people. He's 100% Hawaiian. I'm obviously mixed. My mom's Scandinavian, but it's been a process since 1955 bringing the Lua out. And now, because it's been dying, there's only 3 really known family arts in the culture because it's been so kapu and forbidden, don't talk about it. There's this Hawaiian Kingdom underground group of people that didn't want it to come out. And now I think the people are really starting to accept white, black, brown, non-Hawaiian royalty, because that's all that could learn back in the day. And of course women from the mainland who are mixed to learn the art. And so it's been a progression. And so that is my style. I'm the first woman to stay with my grandmaster in 30 years. It's a really close infighting type of style of martial arts. Lua in itself means duality or pit, and back in the day, or bathroom, back in the day you'd go behind the house, the hut, and there was a long, deep, dark pit where you would bury your waist. And so the analogy is that your waist is your opponent. So, as women, we're taught to keep people out of our space, but in fact, this is an all-consuming art. You'd be very surprised how strong us women can be inside, actually having our opponent on us, where they become part of us, kind of like our hula implements. They become part of us, or Lua weapons. If you lose a weapon, it's like equivalent to losing a limb. So, all of those are the same. So I teach once in a while. I was in Atlanta at Master Reed's Shaolin Martial Arts last February, and I'll be teaching in Denver in October, and at Pacific Association of Women Martial Artists in Northern California, where it's a bunch of women at all different skill sets that come together and spend a weekend together and share every art. In fact, Shihan, you should come and be an instructor.
Definitely.
It would be wonderful for you to share that with the rest of the women.
I would love to.
So that's my story. My website is michellemanu.com. I have a weekly meetup of hula and lua in Costa Mesa, and I'm teaching a 3-hour self-defense class, which is based on the Hawaiian animals that helps with self-defense, if you can believe it. So 3 hours of that on March 22nd, and there's a Facebook page for that event page. So thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. I want to know, how did you get started? What started you with, you know, I mean, well, you were born into it, like you said. So how many years has it been? Like, has the passion grown, or is it like I'm in it and I'm here?
The passion has never stopped at all, and it's gotten more deeper with me, especially being a woman, a mother, a wife, you know, a protector, you know, an auntie to all my Cub students. Like I'm Auntie Shihan, you know.
Right.
When I came into the martial arts, like I said, my father was my teacher, and he is a first-generation student of where we come from. As myself being a second-generation student, I grew up with a house full of men. I trained with nothing but men at that time, and plus my father. So if anything, I feel like I got it harder than most, because him being my teacher and the men giving me the respect that let me come at this sister so she could really protect herself was, you know, very respectful and a really good thing. At the same time, you get the other half when you have cats that come in and think that you can't do anything, or let me patty cake or be a little soft with her and something like that, which, you know, is something that it took time for all of us to adjust and try to coexist with each other. But once it happened, it happened really good. I had a lot of good partners growing up. You know, I worked with all levels, all sizes, and I still do, you know. Sanukus is a all-rounded type of art. You know, we deal with street, urban self-defense, you know. I grew up not doing tournaments because Pops would always say, it's just too many rules to the game. Like, your rule is to get home. That's how you go home and get a trophy, you know, if you survive. You know what I mean? There's been a couple of incidents in my life. One, I was walking, actually, to go teach class, and I was 7 months pregnant with my daughter. And this cat came out the alley of nowhere and tried to get me. And the fact that while I was pregnant, I was still training in the dojo. Wow. When that incident happened, it was just like clockwork anyway. I took care of myself. I took care of my unborn child. I picked up my phone after the whole thing, called my girlfriend back like, yo, you don't even know what happened, you know.
What did you do?
I just got into a fight. She was like, what? Like, you're pregnant? And I was like, I know. And then I got all, you know, emotional.
So you beat the dude down?
Oh, yeah.
A cat dropped him. You know, like, first of all, when you come in and you're walking, the thing about being a martial artist, man or woman, child, what have you, is that you do have this sense of awareness. You know, that's what comes into you while you're learning and getting in depth and getting into what you're doing. So there's always like this sixth sense, if you will. You know, so it's not like I'm walking down the street talking on the phone like la 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 la. You know, like I'm walking, I'm looking, I look behind me, I look to the side, and the cat came out the alley. You understand? So it's like him and I had eye contact. And then my sense said, turn around. And then he came for me, you know, and handled the business. And then...
And you broke his neck?
You know, at the time, it's not like, you know how they say in the movies, or you see, like, they did this, they did that.
Right.
Wop, whoopty wop, you know, but, you know, in the midst of it, the way he came at me was like in this kind of position. So it was kind of like, you know, 7 months, you know, she was out here. You know, so it's like normally you would come in and slip, you know, a certain way at 11 or 1 o'clock. You know, this time I had to like reverse myself. You know what I'm saying? And still do the Sanukus flow that I do, which I did.
Wow.
And I'm still here, and my daughter is here. And she's 6
now. Wow.
And I have a son who is 4 as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So doctor, excuse me, he said he's not a doctor anymore. He said he's been promoted. I'm like, so is that a PhD, a master's degree? That's a CJO degree.
That's right.
So tell me all about that, because the last time you here, you were doctor.
Yes. Okay. I have come up with my own system, which is called Universal Systems All Options. And it's from BKF. The system I'm out of. And my instructor said, well, there's 4 things that you use all the time, and that's what we do. Kenpo is for our base. The Wing Chun is for hand trapping. Tai Chi is for fluidity. And boxing is for targeting, timing and targeting. And so I have all those together, which I have added on to different things as far as ground fighting as Sambo, which is Russian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and I've combined everything, so I have come up with my own system. So therefore, my instructor felt that I earned the title of Sijo, which moved him up. He's no longer Sijo now. He's Joe C. And Joe C is the creator of all. That means he started from square one all the way to the top.
And has mastered everything.
He has mastered everything, and he's still putting things together and mastering them. And it just never stops.
Wow.
It never stops. It shocked me because I'm like, wow, I'm just speechless. And he explained to me what it was, what it is. And a lot of people don't realize it's not only a physical being, it's a spiritual. It's from your spirit. I mean, everybody say, well, I'm true to from my heart. Well, that's fine, but the heart just keeps you living. But if you go beyond that, you go deeper than that, which is into your spirit, then your spirit allows you to breathe. Your spirit can be happy, it can be sad, it can be puzzled. It's only within you that makes you that alive is your spirit. And I'm very, very honored. It's like I was here last time when I told you, he moved from California, but he didn't move from me.
Right.
And I'll be going there this month, the 27th and the 28th, because he has a seminar coming up.
Oh, wow.
And we have people coming from all over. It's going to be a
Give him a
fantastic-
shout out.
Oh, yes. Shout to my instructor or to the people?
Yes.
Joe C. I'm giving a shout out to you, as she says. I always give a shout out. I have these two ladies here. They're anxious to meet you too. And I would love for you, when you come back into town, to come and see this queen here. And because she said she was going to come down and take lessons. But
What happened?
she was in New York and all over the world traveling.
I need to get in there and get those lessons. I want to feel empowered.
You did when you texted me that picture of all that snow when you were landing. That stopped me from going.
Right.
But make a long story short, I am very, very honored. I'm very glad, Josie, that you're satisfied with the work that we're putting out and trying to become a lot stronger. And it's not about me anymore. It's about these ladies, these queens here that I brought, because I want them to be known.
Right.
Because they say Ronda Rousey is the world champion. They don't see it. She is the world champion. And I uphold her for that. I'm happy for her. But these two queens right here, they're not world champions. They're survivors of the streets. We have no referee. We have no one to take and pull us away when the round is over, because in the streets, they don't go by rounds. It goes by survival.
Right.
So it's a difference from a sport to a combat to a war.
Right.
There are no rules.
There are no rules.
And like I said, I'm very, very honored that Shihan is with me, because she showed me a couple of things that I took back and I showed my instructor.
Wow.
And he was like, oh, you know what? If we can combine some of this into, it makes our system just a little bit stronger. I'll tell you, if you're not in shape, you will be. I mean, this is before you get to the actual training, because the routine that they go through, and I bobblehead, and I'll tell you what that means. That means when you roll out and you bang your head on that floor, you're not doing something correctly. You get up, you're all dizzy, you're gonna knock yourself out. And she's very hard. I mean, she looks innocent right now. She looks innocent right now. But there are some vicious.
I could take them. Come on, Michelle.
No, we resemble that.
So, Michelle, so do people misinterpret your, do they see you and they say, she can't do anything, and then you know what I mean? Like, I guess the question that I want to ask is, like, if I had never seen you before, and you skipped in front of me in line, and I'm like, I could take her. You know what I mean? Do like
Yes.
people have misconceptions of your power and your ability, and they don't really know who you are? And then do you come out with them like, well, wham, wham? Or do you warn them like, these are deadly weapons?
Yes, registered.
Right.
Yeah. No, I am misunderstood entirely all the time. I think it's, we were talking about this in the car on our 500-hour drive here. It's just women in general being stereotyped.
Yes.
By the way they look. But, you know, like what my Elohe says, my main weapon is my element of surprise. Unfortunately, now everyone, you know, knows, we know each other in the community.
Right.
But no, guys easily dismiss me all the time, and that's okay. I don't need to prove anything to them. It's better they don't know.
Right.
But I'm watching. I know where the exits are. I know if someone's right or left-handed. I know when someone's had a little bit too much drink, or a couple is arguing all the way across the other side of the restaurant. And I taught my daughter these things too. She knows all about memorizing and recognizing out-of-state plates ever since she was a young girl. So there's just things that we do as women that, like Shihan said, is the awareness. But I am easily, even now, as a senior black belt and the only woman in my halau, my group in over 30 years, and a weapon maker, the only weapon maker on record so far, according to my Elohe, I still get comments, you know, men sending me private areas through Facebook on private messaging, and taking the posts about martial arts like I'm on a calendar or something. You know, I'm not the type of woman to go out and put a picture of myself in a bikini and be like, look, I don't need attention. It's not that at all. But for the serious martial artists and the leaders, especially the women, I take that very seriously.
Yes.
I demand respect, and but that doesn't mean that I can't take pride in what I look like and gracefully age. Hopefully, you know, as I'll be a grandmother in July of twins.
Congratulations!
Thank you. I'm entering a stage of my life where I don't have time for the BS anymore.
Right.
No, I don't attack. And sometimes the best response is no response at all. Just let that energy die off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not his mama. He clearly didn't breastfeed long enough. I'm not going to teach him the lesson. So
on that note, well, I didn't breastfeed at all. We're going to take a break.
Well, thanks for asking.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with these splendid guests that I have. We'll be right back.
Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best-tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering with free shipping, please visit hiphopbev.com. Remember, Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, suitable for diabetics, great for everyone.
Okay, we are back. We have two beautiful ladies that are into martial arts, and they love it, and it's a way of life for them, and it's something that we should all incorporate in our lives, to be aware of our surroundings and to teach our children the same thing. And then we have Sijo James R. Culpepper, and it's a wonderful thing that he's here. He's brought these two ladies with him, and what I wanted to know at this point is, if I said, because I did say I was going to come and train with you, how long does it take for you to teach someone? Like, it's going to be spiritual and physical and things like that, but how long would it take if I came in like this and I just said, oh, I just want to get in shape? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how seriously should you take it? What should you expect to get out of it? And would it be a life-changing event if you started down this journey?
Yes, if you started on this journey, it will become your lifestyle. If you start this journey, or when you start this journey, it's going to enhance everything that you need from the inside out as well. You know, like I tell my youth that I teach, You know, you have to be confident in what you're doing, regardless if it's regular schoolwork, if it's martial arts, if it's a soccer game, you know, etc. You have to be confident and you have to give it 100%. You know, or else you never feel what you're trying to feel in the first place.
Right.
Stanukas, what we do is very floetic. You know, it's like you're flowing through a stream of water. You know, everything connects. Everything flows into the next move. There's nothing that can really stop you if you believe in yourself.
Right.
If somebody's coming at you in a way that you can veer around and make a block into a lock into a break, a block into a strike into a kazushi into a takedown. It's all that one flow of that water stream that you just went through,
Right.
from beginning to end, from A to Z, from alpha to omega. You know,
Right.
we do stand up, we do ground, we do weapons, we have a lot of rolls and falls. A lot of things from the Aikido family with
Right.
her falls as well. If you were to come in and I would teach you your first lesson, I want you to walk out of that class with what I taught you, that you can go do it if you need to, if you get to that car,
Right.
or as soon as you get home. What we do in Sanuka is to teach you street self-defense.
Okay.
I'm always going to show you. You always have to have a basic fundamental. Okay, it depends on the person. I can't give you, oh, you should know this in a week. You should know
Right,
this in a month, because
right.
everybody's different.
Right.
So how I teach is I teach each individual the way that they are. You know, especially with the little people as well. You know, everybody's different. So I
Right.
want to make you feel comfortable, and we have to feel each other out and coexist and figure out how can I maneuver to teach you. You know, what if somebody choked you? What if somebody pushed you? What if somebody
Right.
grabbed your purse? What if, you know, and the first thing is I say you have to relax. Yeah, you have to relax while you're surviving.
Right.
You can't be, and you can't breathe,
Right.
you can't see, you can't nada, you know?
Right,
But if you're
understand.
relaxing, your eyes are open, your intake is, you know, going, your flow is happening, you know,
Right.
and you can see the end. You can see the light at the end of
Right.
the tunnel. You know, you see hope, you know, because you're confident that you will survive, you will win this, you know. There are certain things that I would give people, like a short and quick street, like 1, 2, 3, like a 1, 2, 3. But when you do come in and you get your uniform, yes, we are a traditional martial art dojo. You have your forms, which we call pia forms. You have your drills. You have your rolls. You have your falls. You know what I'm saying? And you
Right.
have your touch and go, because all the forms, rolls, and falls and everything comes in at the end of the touch and go.
Wow.
You know?
That's beautiful.
So, yeah.
So it
it's
sounds
really
beautiful. It
good.
sounds nice. And Michelle, what do you have to say over there?
Well, I just want to, of course, further what Shihan said, and that's, I try to tell all of my students that, you're going to get hurt. Don't think for a second that you're not going to break a nail, that you're not going to get your hair pulled. You're going to get hurt, maybe even a lot. But you have to decide before any of these incidents might happen. Hopefully they don't, but if they do,
Right.
that you're not going to give up, that you're worth it. I think a lot of it starts in the mind, where women have been told, be a lady, don't make a scene. Just deal with it. And I'm sorry, but that is not happening with me.
Firecracker.
I don't care what I look like. I scream like an ex-woman mutant. I don't care.
Right.
All the while, just going for it. Because, like Shihan said, at the end of the day, it's get away, get home, and do whatever you need to do that.
And I think, I watch a lot of First 48. I watch a lot of Snapped. And it's like, and I never even thought about this before today. If I had, or women that get into these situations, whether it's rape or domestic abuse, if they had this behind them, then it would be a whole different situation.
Even if they knew just a few moves.
Just a
If they
few
just
moves.
practice, if they
Just to
had
get
at least
someone
2
off of
moves,
them.
That's right.
And they perfected those 2 moves, and with those 2, with each move, there's 1,000 variations, Doc would say, and Pops would say. So if you just have 2 moves that you have and you perfect that, just like the cats in the street, a lot of people don't go to the dojo. A lot of people are in the garage working out. A lot of people they've made up their own bags out of pillowcases or what have you, attire,
Right.
but they're perfecting their skill. Whether it's just like this mean hood left hook, it's a mean hook, left hook, and they perfected it. So whatever move that, especially now with the UFC and everything, everybody's trying to mimic what's on TV, I feel. Right now. And, I am staying away from that, because like he was saying, there's no cage for perimeter. There's no referee for, unless I want to get into that atmosphere of doing cage fighting. But my cage is a street. Right. I am blacktop ready. My youth is going to be blacktop ready. My adults are going to be blacktop ready. My senior citizens are going to be blacktop ready. Because at the end of the day, you want to go home to your family. And what if you do have your cubs with you? With the ladies, when I'm walking with my cubs, they have code names. We all, in case I need to say sticky, they know to stay close to me. If I say us, that means that I'm about to do some dojo, and big sister needs to hold little brother and just hold it down, because what if you do get into a fight and you have your family with you? You're going to be wondering, where are they? Instead of being zoned in on what you have to take care of. So if you have to train your whole family, you just can't go to the dojo, do your little thing, and then come home and turn it off. It has to be a lifestyle. You should have you and your daughter communicate and do a mommy and me thing. Because what if you are walking down the street and something happens and you tell her, go hide in the corner, but then you're trying to figure out where is she hiding, and you're not really on the survival, the mindset is not 100%. Now, if you guys start practicing code names or, get close to me, stay here, go over there in that corner, do not move, until you only listen to my voice only. Things like that. If they're old enough and they can get the phone, call 911 or whatever, be able to, practice with things like that. So when it actually happens, nobody freezes.
I'll be the one to freeze. She'll probably be the one to take over, my little one. But, I mean, this is certainly something to think about.
It is.
I go through life like, everything's candy canes and rainbows, and you just don't think about the dark side. You don't think about what could happen. That person in the corner, somebody coming up behind you, snatching your purse, taking your keys, carjacking you. Now I'm thinking about all of this stuff. I need an escort home. See, Joe?
I mean, it's sad you have to think like, it's just the way the world is, especially nowadays with everything that is going on. I'm sorry, but it's not Disneyland
it's
anymore.
Not Disneyland
and it's sad that you have to get your youth ready for the war. But you do.
Yeah, you do.
You do if you want them to live. You do if you want them to go to college. You do if you want them to even see high school.
Right.
Because what's happening?
I'm sorry. If you're prepared like you're talking about, then that builds confidence, and then you don't have to go through life paranoid. So what you're talking about right here is actually, people are scared to talk about it and deal with it, but as they do, they get more and more comfortable and confident, and they're able to move around less paranoid.
Right.
So I'm right on.
So it's a defense mechanism that you will become instinct.
Yes, ma'am.
More than even like me just thinking about it. Oh, what would I do? What would I do? You would already know.
Because it's already
going to
part
snap
of your lifestyle.
It's going to be there like a puzzle piece. Everything will fit.
Exactly. Because it's already in
you. already programmed it. So your gut kicks in.
Right.
It never lets you down.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and then, my God, the show's going to be over after the next segment. It's so fast. And we're learning so much. And we're going to give you some ideas as to what you can do, and we're going to give out the information for Shihan and Michelle again to let you know where to go and get this great information that will help you out. And we're going to talk to Joe some more. We'll be right back.
So many ways I can please.
What?
And we are back. Little Cadence is running around, and I gotta think of the things that Shihan said about giving her a few techniques and tools that when we're out, because a lot of times it's just she and I, and we just left the concrete jungle in New York City, and I was just walking around. We were in Penn Station. This guy was like, yo, I could take you to Jersey for $160. I'm like, but the New Jersey Transit's $12.25. So why would I give you $160 to take me and my child? And then some other guy came up, man, she with a child, she don't have no money, man, yo, get out of here. So I wouldn't even, if something had happened, I wouldn't have known what to do. And she's with me, and we got suitcases, and I felt really helpless with this guy just like badgering me about $160 to go someplace where I'm in a train station that will take me there for $12.25. So these are really great things that I could think about in the near future that will help me, and like I said, and my cub. I like that. I like all that you're saying. I can incorporate that and think about that and make something happen. It sounds really good.
Come down to my school.
Yes, because I said I was going to try to do something and get fit. 2 offers. Oh, so I have 2 classes I can go to, huh?
3
classes I can go to. Oh, hey, Michelle, don't forget about Michelle over there. So, Doctor, tell us, what have you been doing? Tell us. You were teaching at USC, and tell us about some of the great things that you're doing with our youth.
Okay, I just came back recently from Philadelphia, and I went out there for a seminar, The Legacy of Dr. Moses Powell, with Sanukis. Josie, my instructor, myself, and 2 other great grandmasters, not great, excuse me, senior grandmasters. And we picked up one thing that was very valuable. Everyone out there that's off into Sanukis, it's a family. It's just not students. Everybody's like a family. I mean, I just wow. Our system, BKF, we're rebuilding. CJO is rebuilding it. We could be a family too, but there's things that people feel that it's not, to their advantage. Like one is to pay for a membership. Josie has given us more than a membership. He has given us knowledge.
Right.
We branched off and did our own thing, but I stayed with BKF as I did this. Okay? There are some people out there that are haters on me, and there's some people out there that is with me, but I'm going to put it this way. For the people who dislike me, don't dislike me, because I haven't done anything wrong to you.
Right.
You're disliking yourself. I'm not putting myself better than any man or any woman. I'm putting myself on my own level, and I'm keeping myself on my own level. As far as thinking who I can beat and who's better than I am, or I'm better than them, does not exist.
So it's like you're competing with yourself.
That's what I'm doing.
Not with anybody else.
No,
you're here for you.
I'm trying to better myself.
Be the best you can be.
That I can be. It's not the Army, but because I'm a former Army. You got that right. But other than that, I think what I'm doing here right at this moment, now to this moment, is bringing 2 wonderful women in here that should be known, because it's not all about me.
Yes.
It's about who I know that's around me that is just, I mean, if you just seen them in action, you'd see what I'm saying. And they're not given that proper channel to just, be out there exposed. So this is why I'm here with them.
And I think it's important in every group or organization, you have a legacy. And for you to pass the torch to 2 ladies, it says a lot. It's not just a man thing.
No, it's
You're
not.
passing it on to women who are just as, or even more so, capable of holding the torch.
Now,
and being trailblazers on top of that.
Well, it's like this too. Anytime my instructor can teach me and doesn't have a difficult time doing it like he once did, means that when I came to Shihan, it was difficult for me to even understand where she was at. And the reason why that is because I trained so much in doing one thing until when I came to something totally different, it was not hard for me. It was just different for me. So now you have to round it off. The world is round. I don't think it's a square box. It's round.
Right.
Everything goes in circles. And so I stepped in her circle. And once I got in there, I found out it's not always straight and forward.
Right.
You know, you have, it's just like, you know, we have torquing power, we have angular movement, you know, whip and snatch. But when you start to rolling,
I thought you said twerking power. I was like,
torquing power.
twerking? Maybe I could do that. That's, okay, I got to get my mind out of Ratchet World. I've been watching too much reality
That's
TV.
okay.
Oh, my goodness. We have a few more minutes. We want to have some, give us a closing remark where you're teaching and where we can find you, and then we want to go around to all the guests and let them have that same opportunity.
We have a location at 1446 West 178th Street in Gardena, California.
Okay.
And you can call 310-817-9177.
Okay. And you're teaching there?
Not on by myself. I have
Not
other
by
people.
yourself, you have other people.
Yes, I have
Okay.
other people there.
Okay.
Yes.
That we say you're all in the same circle. It's a network. It's a family. Everyone's capable of
Well,
doing the job.
I'm trying to
that
connect.
you can do.
I'm trying to connect to their circle. I'm trying to actually, you know, be there for them.
Yes.
Just like they have been there for me.
Yes. Yes.
And same as Michelle, her circle, because I like weapons. I really like weapons. But when you're built into a human weapon, then
You're right.
you know that's just an addition to you.
Yeah, I'll be like,
See?
you know, just what happened to a good old fashioned backhand? You know, just a little backhand.
That's still in the game though.
Yes, it is.
Backhand is still in the game.
So, Shihan, give us your information again. You know, let us know, and give us your closing remark. You know where you are and where you think you may be. Are you going to elevate and elevate and elevate?
She will do that.
That's the plan. That's the goal, is to always keep improving yourself. To always, you know, I'm always going to be a student of the arts. I'm never going to stop learning. You know, I'm in my early mid-30s.
Early mid.
She means early.
And you know, the school has been there for, this year will be the 20th year.
Wow.
So
awesome.
around August, I'm going to throw a big celebration seminar at the dojo, which is called the Urban School of Self-Defense.
Okay.
The address is 120 West 7th Street, Long Beach, California. Zip code is 90814. The phone number is 562-225-6689 is my cell phone, and the office phone is 562-888-3478. And you can just call me, and I'll give everybody a schedule. And your first class is free to see if you even dig it.
Right.
You know, but I'm sure that, you know, I think
Oh,
you'll
cool.
like it.
Okay, cool. Okay, Michelle, we didn't forget about you over there.
Over here.
You're over there.
Okay, so I'm teaching at the Shuyokan Martial Arts Center in Costa Mesa.
Okay.
And that's 1360 Logan Avenue. It's suites 105 and 108. And it's Costa Mesa 92627. My Twitter is Kumu_Manu. Facebook is Michelle Manu. It's MANU.
Okay.
And my website is michellemanu.com.
Okay. Okay, cool. And any closing remarks or thoughts?
I did have some, and I forgot.
That happens to me all the time. But we have a few more minutes, so if you think of
Yeah,
it.
sure.
Yes, of course.
I just want to thank you, sir, for,
Oh yes,
you know,
yes.
you finding me, because I still ain't know this day how you found school. I don't even know. But I'm glad that
Yes.
we've met, and I want to thank you for
You're so
the
welcome,
induction
Sharon.
into the Hall of Fame. I'm now a Hall of Famer now.
Oh, wow. Yay.
Yeah.
Good job.
And I just want to, you know, thank him to, you know, help me spread my wings. You know,
Oh,
And
that's wonderful.
You know, he's BKF, I'm Stanukas, you know, two different, but at the end of the day, you know,
Yeah.
we're together,
You're
we're
together.
coexisting,
Yes.
you know, and that's what it's really about.
That's wonderful.
I remember now about martial arts being, for mastery over self is essentially what the lifestyle is, and that includes the soft skills of communication and not just the technical skills. So it's mastery over self, and I think some of these paper masters out there that receive all these great accolades and halls of fame, they don't have mastery over self because there's just so much bickering sometimes and a lot of ego in our community. So Yeah, so that's what martial arts and the lifestyle is for me. And I also wanted to let you know that Joe here has an online interview with the Masters Hall of Fame World News. And so if the listeners would go to, and it was recently uploaded, if they would go to YouTube, type in Masters Hall of Fame World News, Culpepper, his interview shall come up immediately. And it's about a good 30 minutes where he talks a lot about just life, his experience, but also about the truth of what martial arts is and setting some people straight on, some things that are.
Mr. Modest. Mr.
So I
Modest.
just have to tell you that.
Not one time, not two, not 3-time Hall of Famer. 3-time Hall of Famer. Not one, not two, but 3.
Yes,
That's what I
yes.
meant to say.
And now interviewed.
And
so
now
it's-
interviewed on what? And he was like, I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, I don't have anything
to talk about. Mr. Modest is in the building.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you shouldn't do that.
One thing, and I'm done. I want to give a shout out to a few people. Master Carl Collins, who is also teaches with me. Joe C., which is my instructor. Senior Grandmaster Mike Wilson and Senior Grandmaster Terry Reed.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, well, we've learned a lot. We've given you a lot of great information. We had beautiful Michelle and beautiful Shihan here, and then the ultra handsome and also modest Joe James R. Culpepper, who is right up there with Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, and many, many others. He's paved the way for many others, and he's making a lane for us girls and for girl power.
Queens.
And it's queens, as he calls. He calls me queen all the time. I love it.
Queens and goddesses.
Queens and goddesses.
That's right.
And he's making a way for us and bringing us in. Sometimes men are doing things and they don't let women in. It's like a secret society.
Yes.
But this looked like a very warm and welcoming group. And I actually loved my interview today. I wanted to whoop somebody for being late, but I can't beat none of them, y'all. So in my head, they all got little lashings, but I'm so glad that they came and took the time actually to come here. We look at things on both sides of the coin, that we're grateful that they made it, and we're thankful to God that they were here and we had a great time.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So we want to thank you for coming into the community this week. Next week we have a great show with, who's coming next week? Union Bank. They're doing so many great things in the community, and we're going to talk all about the great things that they're doing. So for this week, I want to thank my guests again, and for next week, we're going to see Union Bank is going to be here. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.